The Chinese state has detained more than 1 million Uyghurs.
Thousands of children believed to have been separated from their parents.
Recently, the so-called Uygur Tribunal held another set of hearings and continued to accuse the Chinese government of violating the human rights of the Uyghur people in Xinjiang. However, any investigation into the matter will reveal that the tribunal and its hearings are farces created and staged by anti-China activists. The Uygur Tribunal is not actually a legitimate legal institution. It is constituted as a UK private company limited by guarantee. And it has nothing to do with the spirit of the law from inception to operation. First, the Uygur Tribunal operates on the principle of presumption of guilt. Although its founder Jeffrey Nice said the Uygur Tribunal will start without assumption or presumption of any kind, the truth is to the contrary. The tribunal stated its purpose from the inception, and the Chinese government is the target. Discovering the truth should be the goal of any legal institution. Still, the Uygur Tribunal is built on the delusional fact of the crime, and it has already identified the criminal before any so-called legal process. How can this organization be called a tribunal? Second, the hearings were one-sided shows. When we open the website of the International Criminal Court, we can see that upholding the rights of the accused is one of the critical features of the court. However, at the Uygur Tribunal, almost all the witnesses, guests, and experts, without exception, constantly attack China, including anti-China researcher Adrian Zenz. His research report on human rights issues in Xinjiang has been proved to be full of loopholes and totally inconsistent with the facts. When all you can hear in a hearing is one side of the story, how can this organization be called a tribunal? Third, sponsors are also anti-China. The Uygur Tribunal relies on donations to operate. Most of the donations were organized by the World Uyghur Congress. The president of this organization also asked Jeffrey Nice to establish the Uygur Tribunal in 2020. The World Uyghur Congress is an anti-China organization. And one of the big sponsors of this organization is America's National Endowment for Democracy, or NED, which specializes in disrupting other countries and causing regime changes. In 2020, the NED increased its funding to the World Uyghur Congress to $400,000, a significant jump from the previous years. America's NED funds the World Uyghur Congress because they have the same essential purpose, that is, to stir up public opinion and justify the attacks on China. The Uyghur Tribunal made it clear that states, international institutions, commercial companies, and other organizations could consider imposing trade and other sanctions, including against individuals, prescribing the sale of technologies, surveillance, and medical equipment. And that's precisely what the US has been doing, imposing multiple sanctions on Chinese companies and officials linked to Xinjiang. The so-called hearing is just a tool to arouse public opinion. They just pretend not to know that the real violation of human rights is denigrating Xinjiang and imposing sanctions on its economy for political reasons.